Hello everyone. I'm doing that little live because I had some question after my post yesterday about the new stone I got, and the question were about finishing on the natural stones, finishing on the stones, like why I'm talking about burnishing and why I'm talking about kasumi. And so I don't know. I'm not gonna talk for hours, maybe 30 minutes. But yeah, the idea is like to talk about finishing on the stones and what different finish you can get. So we're gonna use that Giotto. And so this is really, I'm not working right now. I'm just doing the live for you. So if you have question, really you're welcome because yeah, this live is about like you have done all your progression on the stones. You have cleaned your bevel. You have shaped your bevel with nice geometry or the cleanest you could get. And now you're grabbing your final stone, and you want to get the nice and even finish you dream of it. So this is the knife we're gonna use, and this is Giotto clean raw iron and 1.2519 actually tungsten steel. And to show you a little bit, first there is stones that will do almost only one type of finish. Those stones, like this one, this is Shiro Suita Maroyama. It's a soft stone. It's about 8K, and it's gonna do a kasumi. It's very fast stone. It's gonna clean your steel. It's gonna grind the steel to make it very a nice, smooth, hazy white finish on the steel, on the hard steel. And on the iron, it will be like really contrasty, like very dark iron, very flat dark iron, and this will be called kasumi. I'm not. I mean, I'm doing stones for now 2-3 years, so I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So please, if I say something a little bit wrong, just write a message, and we will agree on it. The idea is like just to share a little bit what I'm doing and what I've saw after so many knives polished on stones. So yeah, this is a soft stone about 8K, and this will do the effect I was just talking about. And if you take like a cheap Oira you can find on the shops, or Shobudani Kita, like the soft one, or the soft Iwatani, like LV3, LV2.5, LV3, LV 3.5. This is the hardness, the scales of the hardness. Those stones will do mostly strong kasumi. So let me show you. The knife was polished with the Kasabori of yesterday post. Okay, so it's quite shiny right now, and I'm gonna try to do the kasumi I'm talking about. So as you can see, I'm working on the stones with like more or less longitudinal strokes. Pressure is not super low, but it's not like pushing really hard. It's like good contact. If you don't make good contact, you can have some little bit of weird little scratches or weird movements from the stone not being really well applied on the stone. So that's why you can, on those stones, on those quite softish stone, you can put a little bit of pressure. Not like 5 kilo, but maybe, I don't know, between 500 grams and 1 kilo, maybe 500 grams, I don't know, something like that. And as you can see, the stone is working and is doing like this dark gray slurry, a little bit muddy, a bit thick. And and the more your stone will be muddy, the more the stone won't be gray, but will be like some of the color of the stone. So I'm working, and I've done a full blade row. I'm going to work a little bit the steel. Now I got a little bit of mud. It's going to be more efficient to work the steel with a little bit of mud. It will be a little bit faster to clean it. And as soon as you hear a little bit of this means contamination in grit, so you should like clean your stone and clean your knife and clean your hands. I'm not gonna do a super clean job here just to show you, so we're gonna try to make it like quick, a little bit quick. Okay, so I was on the steel now, and I'm gonna go back to the iron. There is a little bit of, but it's all right. It will work. I was just doing some messy work just before, so I have cleaned my hands, but they would need like 2 or 3 times cleaning. All right, so let me clean the little scratches here. And I'm putting down the pressure at the end to let the mud work between the stone and my knife. All right, a little bit more. And I'm putting really down the pressure. Looks like there is some bad scratches, but anyway. Okay, so this is a kind of very contrasty. Sorry, I'm finding my angle to show you. It's not this one. Sorry, the light is good, but camera generally struggle to show the finish. I'm gonna try to find, okay, this is not that bad. This is the good angle. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite contrasty finish, like very white steel and very dark iron. All right, and the iron is not shiny, it's like flat dark, and the iron is quite shiny but not mirror. It's more like hazy, little bit of satin. It's very nice finish, and this will be what you will get from the kind of softish stones. If you want more bright finish on the iron, and for example with that type of finish, because my iron is all dark, even if it's raw iron, it's very hard to see details. There is some, I can see a little bit, but it's very hard to really see them. That's why we would like a stone to make it brighter finish. So one idea would be to use a finer, little bit harder stone to make it brighter finish and a little bit pop the details. So these are 2 harder stones. This is Hoira and this is unknown, but it's like Kita. This is a little bit harder, but it's so abrasive that you won't burnish. You won't be able to get that bright finish. Let me show you a little bit. It's just to show you that it's not because you have a hard stone that you can really burnish. You need quite some little bit special stone. It's a stone that will start to be on its surface. It's gonna glass a little bit, and it's gonna grind and abrade less and less, and then it start to burnish. This one, for example, it's not hard enough, or it's too abrasive to really get that burnishing effect. Sorry, I feel my hands are not clean enough. Okay, so this stone is feeling far harder than the previous one, but still it really abrades. It really grinds the iron and the steel. I'm working the steel right now. Yeah, it's more glassy feeling. All right, and if I show you, I got a little bit brighter, but because it's harder, it's a little bit brighter, but it's not really burnishing, meaning it's not gonna do that little bit mirror or semi-mirror effect, because the stone is abrasing too much. Okay. So as you can see, it's a little bit shinier. We can see that the light is a little bit more reflective, but yeah, and it's maybe a nicer finish, I would say, but it's not like really doing the burnishing effect, like really reflective effect. If I use now this stone, this is like harder, thinner, and will do that sort of burnishing effect. And let me show you how you can do it. And because of this stone is capable to do this effect, actually you can work the stone in different ways. If I'm working with the surface just surfaced from the Atoma 400, the stone will abrade a lot. It will grind a lot because it's fresh, and the structure in it will be with a little bit of fine strikes, and this will grind the iron quite fast. So let me show you. You can see it's already dark. I don't know if you heard that, but it was like the stone grabbing my iron. This is because it's a hard stone and I'm going too quickly. Let's start again. On the harder, finer stone, you need to be careful. You need to go more slowly, adjust your pressure, adjust your movement, being more careful. Okay. This is with less pressure. If not, your iron will be grabbed by the stone and you will make huge strikes, huge scratches. Bonjour Intesium, il n'y a pas forcément de vidéo en français prévue, mais je peux expliquer un tout petit peu en français si besoin. L'idée c'est que je veux parler à la majorité des personnes qui sont là sur Instagram, et ça veut dire que en fait la majorité, on va dire le plus de personnes possible, et du coup je parle en anglais pour pouvoir toucher autant des personnes qui peuvent être en Europe en général et dans le monde entier et tout ça quoi. Alright. So as you can see, I'm doing the work on that stone and I'm being more gentle. Let me show you. This stone is finer, so it will give even brighter finish. All right, let me show you the angle. So normally you will see that the light, it's more reflective now. I'm trying to show you. Okay, this, as you can see, is more reflective, but still there is quite a Kasumi finish still. It's bright Kasumi, but it's not like super burnished. So en français on dirait très poli. the iron is not burnished already. You need now to work that stone very gently, because if not, it will grab the iron. But you have to work without the mud at all. So mud is making that little bit of paste that will make the iron dark. If you want to really brighten the iron to make the detail of it pop, you can really use the stone on one place, so it will glass a bit the surface and make it like finer and finer. Salut Simon. And doing that, you will get this brighter finish. But it's long, it's a little bit more technique, and you need to have really a nice clean bevel, because you brighten everything, you will see all the bad scratches on your knife. So you really need to have a like very clean work before. So let me show you. I will try to show you that burnishing effect. So I'm not doing too much pressure, and as soon as I see too much mud on my stone, I'm putting more water. Okay, you see? It's a lot of water. The contact with the stone needs to be good. Because it could scratch if the contact is not good. But you need to really be on the stone with very few pressure, contact, but no pressure, no abrasion, not too much abrasion made. Okay, I'm starting to burnish. I'm doing a little bit more toward the edge, and I'm gonna show you. All right, this is a Kita unknown, but might be Nakayama, but it's unknown, from Watanabe. It was good quality from Watanabe. All right, let me dry the knife. Okay, and I hope I can show you a little bit of the difference, because the camera make the iron looks always darker than it is, because it depends of the light you put in it. So I'm going to show you, well, okay, here you can see a little bit that it start to be burnished. So as you can see, we can already see me a little bit on the knife. We start to see me, and yeah, the surface start to be really a little bit burnished. So the iron is like yeah, a lighter color, clearer, and sorry, the camera is not doing a great job, but in my workshop I can see a lot of details now on the iron, a lot of details. So as you can see, you need a stone that it's hard enough, and you need a lot of water on your stones, because the slurry or the mud, it will darken the iron. So you need like to try to work with that. Some other technique, but I don't master this already, would be about putting a lot of pressure. So we can try. It's like pushing hard on the stone and on the knife, and not doing a big movement. But for me, it's scratching already. So it depends of the stone, I think. And let me show you one last thing. So this is Calabori. So Calabori, I just get it yesterday, and it's a mid-grit stone. So the Kita just before, the yellow one, Kita is like yellow color. Okay, this one is super thin. It's like really super thin. 12K, something around. The previous stone, the Hoira Suita, this one, all right, this one is about maybe 8K, and yeah, the big one, the white Maruyama, is about 8K, but it's softer. Okay, so now I'm going down in grit, and this is about 6K, 5K, something about that. It's quite hard, so you can burnish on them, and this will be far easier to work than very fine stone. Very fine hard stone will make amazing finish. It will be like super fine, super clean, super beautiful, but you need all the work before to be nickel, to be really clean. And for that, sometimes it's nice to have fun and have results a little bit easier. So let me show you again that burnished finish from the fine Kita. Okay, and now I'm gonna work with that stone, and we can do a little bit of the same process. So refresh the stone before. Okay, it's refreshed with the 400. My side, I'm always cleaning the stone before using it and cleaning the knife, and I can work on it. And because this is like coarser, pressure is far easier to deal because it's not grabbing the iron, even if I put a lot of pressure on it. So that is super comfortable compared to the fine hard stones. So I can put a lot of pressure. This will bring normally a dark slurry. Okay, it's starting to come. All right. I'm gonna do a little bit more of surfacing and a little bit less of water. More surface, less water will mean more abrasion on the stone, and it will give more slurry. It will make the stone behave faster, and then you can have your dark finish on the hard stone. It means you can have the Kasumi finish on the hard stone because it abrades a lot. It will make slurry or mud a lot, and then if you work with that dark slurry, all right, you will get your dark finish. So I'm putting less pressure now, and I'm working the knife on the slurry with less pressure. All right, and it's done. And what I got is something looking like the Orira, okay? A little bit coarser finish. It means it's not like super dark like the Maruyama was doing. It's a bit in the middle, but it's not burnished. It's quite a dark iron compared to the steel that is white. But you see that there is enough starting to be reflective, but not like super mirror. A little bit on the steel, okay? The steel is really nice, but the iron is not like mirror. That's because I'm working with the slurry. Now I'm cleaning the knife, and I'm gonna put water and water and water, so the stone can't make the slurry, and because it can't make the slurry, it's not abrading that much the iron and that much the stone either. All right, so let's put a lot of water now, and I can put low pressure. Thank you, Julian. Have a good day. All right, so I should start burnished because the stone, I don't let the stone make its abrasion very well. I'm putting a lot of water, so every particle which is going in the slurry are rinsed and are put out of the stone. Okay. Yeah, and I get that bright finish with that stone. And it's very easy to make, easier to make than with the final Kita stone, which is amazing, but which is very hard to deal. Alright, I don't have the finish maybe as bright as the Kita was giving. It's still a little bit darker, but yeah, the iron starts to be really burnished and white. Okay, as you can see, it starts to be clearer. And the good thing about that is because of these mid-grit stones can burnish, and because it's not like super maybe consistent in grit, or it's not abrading the same way as a fine grit would do, because the space between the grits it's not really the same. All right. This make I'm gonna try to show you, but it's always hard to show you. It start to make some details in the iron. I'm trying to show you, but yesterday I was more able. Okay, here you could see something, right? There is a little bit of details. Sorry, the camera is not doing the focus on the right thing. Okay, I can see a little bit more details, and as you can see, the iron start to be reflective, and we can start to do that sort of mirror finish. Okay, that's it. So now you know a little bit more what I'm trying to do with different finish on the stone. So yeah, depending of what I want to do, what the knife also allow me, because sometimes the grind is so much changing that it's very difficult to get like the finest stone on this knife. But when I've done a really good job and all is clean and everything, I would maybe grab a Kita or a hard stone to make the iron clearer. And sometimes, because I want it, I would like to make a kasumi, and that means I will make a very strong contrast finish. And for that, or I will use the Shiro Srita, which will make a very dark, contrasty finish quite easy. Or I will use something a little bit harder or a little bit thinner to get that kasumi, but with a little bit more light in it, because there is like a lot of possibility. So now you know a little bit more what I do, and if you have more question, you just type it in comments and I will answer them. Goodbye.